Hello everyone, my name is Bridget McNulty. I'm from Sweet Life Diabetes Community and I'm joined here today with Sane Mazibuko, who has been living with type 1 diabetes for 25 years. Sane, thank you so much for joining me today. 25 years! Oh my goodness, I feel like you should be walking around with like a plaque on all the time to say, I'm amazing! Tell me what has changed in the last 25 years? I'm guessing quite a lot.
Yeah, I think a lot has changed. For me, when I was diagnosed, I felt like not a lot was said about how to manage the condition. It was just a matter of you have diabetes, you can't eat sugar, and then I saw a dietitian, and that was it. But I think now, over time, the care and just a holistic view of what diabetes is, that it's your whole body's interlinked.
Absolutely. How old were you when you were diagnosed?
7 years old.
Oh
grade
man,
one.
Grade 1. That's so tough. Yeah. And that must also have been so interesting, having gone through like being a kid, like there's all those challenges, and then teenager, and then moving out of home, and you've had a baby. You've really like lived the whole lifespan of what it's like to live with type 1. Which bit was the hardest? Is that an impossible question?
I think for the most part, the transition between just diagnosed and also teenagers, because your body's also going through a whole lot of changes and you're not understanding this and that, and it feels as though nothing is working and you're tired. I think the teens were the worst.
Tell me what kind of insulins you've used, because 25 years you've probably been through a lot of different kinds.
So in the beginning, I started with a long-acting and a short-acting. So how it worked was I would take X amount for breakfast, 30 minutes before breakfast, and 30 minutes before dinner. And then throughout the day, when I tested, I used to do a sliding scale. So if it was between 8 and 10, 2 units, 10 to 15, 4 units, 4 to 20, 6 units, and above that was 8. And then if it was consistently like that, then it was a matter of call the doctor.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when did analog insulins come on? Were you on human insulins before that?
I was on human insulin.
Not animal though?
No, not animal. But we tried analog I was in high school, so in my teen years. But it didn't work out too well for me for long. I think I had it for like a year or less. And then we went back. And interestingly enough for me, I then thought that my body only accepted one kind of insulin, because we went back to what I was using before. And then as I grew up and I started understanding my body more, and also I think the time when I moved out of home and I took ownership of my my condition, and I went to an endocrinologist, we had discussions of let's try this instead of that. And then I realized that I'm actually supposed to participate in these conversations. I'm also supposed to actually pay attention to the different options, and that there are options in insulin as well.
And it's so funny, hey, because I think it's also maybe we're moving into kind of a different kind of care at the moment, where people with diabetes are being encouraged to take an active part in their health. I think before it was more like, do what your doctor tells you, come back, be obedient, and then you'll get a tick or a cross depending how you're doing.
Exactly.
And why, in your opinion, this whole series we've done has been about why better insulins matter. Why do better insulins matter to you?
Because remember now, this condition is something that you have for life. And as your body changes, and as there are advancements as well in research as well, you're able to see how the changes affect and better how you manage your sugars. So the ultra long acting insulin has come into play, and I've been using it I think for the past 3-4 years, and I've seen the change.
I couldn't agree more. And I was thinking when I reflected back on this series about how much of a difference it's actually made in my life to be on ultra long acting rather than just long acting. And the main difference is that I don't have those scary lows anymore. Those lows where like your hands shake and you can't talk properly, and you feel that horrible fear. And that's because in the background, instead of my blood sugar going like this, it's just gently going like that. And I mean, from a quality of life perspective, that's amazing, right? Because those scary lows lead you to a fear of hypos, and then you're constantly running higher, and nobody wants to be playing that game.
No, not at all.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us here today, Sane. I'm Bridget McNulty from Sweet Life Diabetes Community, and I was joined here today with Sane Mazibuko, who has been living with type 1 diabetes for 25 years. Thank you so much for spending time with us today.